is your Trader, and this is the last call of the day. So I'm going to take a look here at Bitcoin, and crude oil, and at natural gas. But first of all, we're going to look at T-Mobile, TMUS. They had the earnings out yesterday, and they were really, really good. Okay, at the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude oil and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation by selling stock about ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, now here we had T-Mobile. Okay, now a lot of times people are going with Verizon or AT&T, but this T-Mobile is really coming on very, very strong. I was over to our local Sam's. I noticed they put a T-Mobile right inside there now, and what they're really doing good on is this home internet service. That is really, really working for them. And now they built it out to so many stages, and it's a lot more reliable than what you have like with Charter or Comcast or something on that order. So this here, the stock looks really, really good. It had a big, big pop up here yesterday, but now we left these gaps. Okay, so you know me, I never like these kind of gaps. So what we have here today, we have that inside day, okay, which means your high and lows inside of yesterday. So what you want to do, let's look at the downside here first. You want to watch as 234. That's today's low. Then we want to go to yesterday's low, 233.23. Okay. Then we have this 50 SMA sitting right here, 227.40. But then we have the gap fill right there at 224.16. Okay, so there's your gap right there at 233.23, and then your fill at 224.16, and then we have that 50-day right in the center. Now, on the upside, what we ought to do is take a look at yesterday's high, ran all the way up to 241.40, very, very nicely. Okay, so what next level here we're going to be looking at is right there, 243.84. And then we'll come up to his candle here, 245.56. And then we're going to come all the way up here to that 248.15. That is going to be your breakout level if you can get there. So a lot easier to see here on the weekly. See where it came right all the way down here. We were below actually the 20 and the 8-day, but had a really, really nice good run up here. So really, this is why you want to use these blue lines. These are just these price channels. You can see it how clearly it is. That's your breakout, 248.15. Obviously, you break out higher than that, then you got that 250 area, probably 260, 275, and you'll be crawling all the way up to 300 eventually, okay? But we also have that gap in the fill. A lot of times we'd have the gaps that on the way up here. A lot of times they want to fill here and retest that before she runs up here. So just keep that in mind here. But T-Mobile here, this looks like a really good one here for like a long-termer down the road. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin, pretty much where we were this morning, okay? But we're holding that key 8 SMA here. So it really is pretty much the same kind of thing I'm going to tell you here, okay? Watch that 103.943. That's going to be very, very key on a closing basis, okay? If we lose that, then we could go to today's low, looking at 103.345. Then we'll come over to the bottom of this candle right here. You're looking at 101.280, and we can come over here to yesterday's low. You're looking at 100,950. And then we look here at 100,300. And then we have your key levels at 21-day at 100,112. And then we have your nice 98,770. But we're going nice sideways with a nice series of higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so upside, well, you want to watch today's high always, okay? That's 106.570. And then we want to do is come up to this level here, 106.615. We want to come up here at 107.100. And then this is going to be the key level, okay? This is that 107.485 level, okay? So that's what we're going to be looking for here next if we can get above it. And obviously, next, then we can come up here to that 108.960, and then you retest that 11,150. But right now, this is a trading situation, okay? Now, is it going to go into that 11,150? I mean, who knows? You know, we don't know if it's going to go down first and before it's going to go up here. So what you always want to do is just go one level at a time. And if we get there, then we can see what the reaction is once we get there. So if you do get there and say it closes above that, well, then we got that 15,000, 17,000 target very, very nicely. And it probably just rip right there, just like with this ripped higher, you know, very, very easily. But right now here, we just got a good trading action going on here with the old Bitcoin. I'm not doing any short. I'm just scalping on the long side. So IBIT was really good trade today. You had a high of 60.67 and a low of 59.60. So you had that 1 point. I scalped it like 3 times already. So I trade 5,000 shares, so it doesn't take much here to make some good money there for the day, okay? So this here is looking really good. Plus, I like about the IBIT is, let's see how many volume you did. About 23 million shares so far. So easy in, easy out kind of situation, okay? So bottom line, just watch this 103.926. If that's lost, we've got that 21-day and that 50-day. These are going to be our downside targets because it held so far here, okay? but you got to lose that 8-day first. Now, upside, just today's high, and then watch this level right here, because this is going to be key. See how that comes right across here, and it even lines up very, very nicely with this. Okay, so that's going to be your strong resistance area if it can get up there, and then we can see what the reaction is as it blow through, and then we can see what the reaction is if we get all the way to 11 grand here. Now, 58, looking very, very nice. Green over your red here still, looking very, very nice. Don't see anything really bearish about this at all, especially with them lower highs and higher lows. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have the crude oil daily chart and natural gas daily chart. Now, the crude ski here, she's coming on down. T-Man wants oil between $50 and $60 because he knows at the pump that's going to translate to in the $2 range, and that's what he's looking for, probably low 2. That was at Sam's yesterday, and gas there is $2.80, which overall is not too bad. I think we can get it lower. Okay, so here we have this big indecision candles. It's this big total nothing burger going on here, okay? So what you want to do is watch those futures at 6 p.m. When you see this 8-day now sitting at 74.13, this is going to be lower when that opens up, okay? So as this comes down, the price goes in, and it's going to take that price down. So the key is you have to get back above that 8-day in order for you to get to that 200-day and that 21-day. Right now, not looking too good. So, but the downside, we got good support here at that 71.66 and at this Hondo here at 71.10. Now, we made this low here today of 72.02. And you say, well, geez, why did it stop right there? All you got to do is look to the left of the chart. What do you see? Look at the high, 72.02. Dead nuts. Okay, you can't get more perfect than that. Just dead nuts. Okay, that's where she stopped. Now, if that is lost here, you got the 50-day, but then we just follow that candle. See, 71.79, which lines up very, very nicely with the 71.66 level. So all you really need to know is where it's going. Is just, well, go to the left of the chart. Where it's been is usually where she's going to go. Now, this is showing nothing but going on the way down. This is nowhere near oversold. So we got to see if this can hold that key 50-day and that key 100-day. So right now, we have like a sideways to down action because we have that series of lower highs and lower lows. That's never good. That's very negative. This is what you want if you're bullish. This is what you want if you're bearish. Okay, natural gas. Now they had a really big draw in natural gas here today. I mean, huge. I mean, you got to figure you drew 321 billion cubic feet versus the estimate was 313. You see where natural gas is? No one cares. Okay, see, so it's not always the news, it's the reaction to the news. I know I keep telling you this. I'm starting to bore myself with this already, but it's the reaction to the news that matters. It's like Apple comes out today, it's going to be the reaction to it. Microsoft had good numbers today, and they don't care what's the reaction to it. That's the key, okay? So what we're watching here is we're going to be watching this 304 level. You're sitting right at Hondo right now, okay? Sitting right at the 100-day. Now, again, if that's lost here, then we just follow these candles right on down here, okay? So there's your 3. Here we come right on here, 2.97, okay? And then we come over here, 2.94. Then we have 2.90, and we're going to come right to the bottom here at 2.83. And then we're going to work yourself down to 2.75, and then right here, 2.68, which lines up pretty nicely with the 200-day at 2.67. Now, that's your target if, okay, if that 100-day is lost, okay? So that's what we have. Now, again, I don't normally trade it, but I always wait for that contract roll to shake out. But I jumped into KOLD today, and I scalped $1.25 out of that today. So I thought that was pretty good there. I was happy with that. Now we got to see what's going to happen here with this 304. We start losing this, then I'll go full balls. I'll short all the way down to this 200-day. Okay, no question about it. Right? So you want to trade this. Okay, this is a trader. This is not in a buy and hold because you got to trade the charts. See what happens. Okay, this could have a bounce right back up. We don't know that. So on the upside, what we're looking at is obviously is yesterday's high. You're looking at 3.19. You're looking for today's high at 3.24. There's your gap. And then we're looking for that bottom of that candle, 336. Gap and fill. And then if we can get anywhere higher than that, looking at 3.48. Or 49, I should say. Okay, so right now, this is looking very bearish. You know, unless this 100-day can hold. If we can bounce off of that, then we can maybe take a scalp up here. But with this 8-day coming down, not looking too good here. Plus, now we're starting to go into the February month, February, March. You know, you're leaning towards where natural gas is. People will be, it should be warming up here, and that natural gas will be coming off here. So remember, just trade what's in front of you. Don't have any opinion, okay? And don't say, well, I'm going to take a long here, then I'll add to the position, I'll add to this. That doesn't work. You keep on doing that, you're going to be at the corner selling sham wows, okay? So don't do it, okay? Just if you say, oh, I'm at a loss here, boom, just take the loss and move on and get into something else. That's how you trade. That's how you make money. Losses, all part of the game. Taxes, all part of the game. That's why to just keep it minimal. Make more gains than you have losses. That's the key. Okay, I'll be back here tomorrow morning at the usual time. Tomorrow's Friday already. TGIF, not bad. Remember, they got the rig count there tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. But remember, next week, Google's got their earnings. Today, after the bell, Apple has their earnings. And then next week also has Amazon has their earnings. Okay, trade what's in front of you. Now what you want.